churros. You don't wanna fuck around with me. You're talking to a goddamn girl.
What's going on? My name is Freerunner X10 and welcome to a brand new Battlefield 5 video. So in today's video we're going to take a look at the brand new gun added to Battlefield 5's Tides of War. This is part of the storyline missions for Tides of War, and this is Winner Takes All, which is week 1 of chapter 4, and this runs from June the 27th to July the 4th. Now in Winner Takes All you have a variety of different missions to complete, but once you successfully complete these mission lines you unlock a brand new mounted machine gun for the support class. It's known as the S2-200. I'll talk about the gun later on in a bit more detail, but first let's take a look at the missions that you have to complete in order to try and unlock this gun. This is Winner Takes All. This is week 1 for chapter 4, and this is June the 27th to July the 4th, and essentially what you're going to be doing in this is attacking the objective, securing the objective, and defending the objective, so it's very objective based, and we're going to go over the missions and what you have to do in order to actually unlock this brand new mounted machine gun. So let's go to the first point on this road to unlocking this gun. The first one is called In the Face of Adversity, and all you have to do is play one round of any game mode, and you're rewarded with 4000 chapter XP for successfully completing this mission. Above that we have Shoot Straight. Kill or down 10 enemies at range of 100 meters or more and you're rewarded with 12,000 chapter XP for successfully completing that mission. Below that we have Shoot First. Kill or down 20 enemies at range of 20 meters or less, rewarded with 12,000 chapter XP for successfully completing that mission. In the middle we have What Really Matters. Earn 12,500 objective score, rewarded with 20,000 chapter XP on successfully completing this mission. Above that we have Cloud Gazing. Spot enemy aircraft 10 times, and for successfully completing this mission you will receive 4,000 chapter XP. Below What Really Matters there is a mission called Firecrackers, and you have to inflict 100 damage on vehicles using dynamite. On successfully completing this mission you will be rewarded with 4,000 chapter XP. The next mission on the top is called Stalker. Earn 1000 score using aircraft. You're rewarded with 12,000 chapter XP for successfully completing this mission. Below Stalker there is a mission called Panzer, and you have to earn 2000 score using ground vehicles or stationary weapons, and for successfully completing that mission you'll be rewarded with 12,000 chapter XP. And then finally, in order to actually unlock the gun, the last mission is called Juggernaut, and you have to capture 15 objectives, and you're rewarded with 25,000 chapter XP for successfully completing this mission, and then you will unlock the brand new S2-200 mounted machine gun. Now when you successfully unlock the S2-200 mounted machine gun, there's actually a bonus mission that you require to use this gun in order to complete, and that is below the last mission that you have to complete in order to unlock this gun, which is Juggernaut. So if you go down from Juggernaut, you'll see a mission called Jackhammer. With Jackhammer you have to achieve multi-kills 5 times using the S2-200, and you're rewarded with 12,000 chapter XP on successful completion of that mission. And that's pretty much it for the Winner Takes All week 1 that's running from June the 27th till July the 4th, and that is how you unlock the S2-200 mounted machine gun for the support class. So let's talk about the S2-200 in a bit more detail. The S2-200 was originally designed in Germany by Louis Steyr of the Rheinmetall firm. The S2-200 was a lightweight recoil operated machine gun with a 2-stage trigger that allowed the user to fire single shots or automatic fire. The entire receiver and barrel were encased in a single tubular body, and the return spring was contained within the stock. The S2-200 featured a bolt locking mechanism that consisted of a ring of locking lugs fitted around the barrel extension. When the bolt came into contact with the lugs would slide into the grooves in the back of the bolt and the ring would rotate, preventing the bolt's immediate return. The S2-200 would be fed from a 30-round box magazine or a 50-round drum. In Battlefield 5, however, you can't have a 50-round drum, only a 30-round magazine. It's actually kind of a weird gun because of its classification. Essentially in Battlefield 5, a mounted machine gun is something that is very big, heavy, has a high fire rate, and essentially has a 100-round magazine or belt. And in this case, this is a 30-round magazine gun that is a mounted machine gun that doesn't really have a fire rate comparable to some of the MMGs that are currently in the game. It is a fast fire rate gun, it's very lightweight, but it's sort of in its own unique category in terms of it's an MMG, but it shouldn't really be, and I don't know why it is, but It is. So now that I think about it, I think the reason why it is a mounted machine gun is purely because of its fire rate. Yes, it has a low magazine, and yes, it kind of reminds me of an FG42, but I think if it wasn't a mounted machine gun and was just a normal machine gun that you could ADS freely without having to deploy a bipod, then essentially you would be able to just absolutely rail everyone, and it would be the most overpowered machine gun in the game, and it would probably outclass all of the other MGs that currently exist in Battlefield 5. So I think that's why this gun is specifically a mounted machine gun. I think DICE could have done something unique with this MMG and actually made it the first MMG that you could actually ADS without having to deploy the bipod, and essentially you could hipfire the gun and then you could ADS without deploying the bipod, and that would be better than sort of hipfiring, but at the same time it wouldn't be as good as ADSing with the bipod deployed. So you kind of have sort of three ways to sort of aim the thing: ADS without the bipod, which is a little bit better than hipfiring but not as good as having the bipod deployed while ADSing. Now I originally said that the reason why this is an MMG is because of its fire rate. So how could they balance that? Essentially when you hipfire you have your default rate of fire, whether that's 700 or 900 because of a specialization. Then when you go to ADS without deploying your bipod, then your rate of fire is severely reduced, so it's in line with some of the MGs, so it's not overpowered when ADSing. And then when you deploy your bipod, your rate of fire then increases. I think that would be a nice little quirk for this gun. I know it's not realistic to the gun's design, I know it's not realistic in general, but from a gameplay perspective, kind of makes the gun kind of unique, and it's the best of both worlds. It'd be interesting to see something like that in Battlefield 5 that is an MG and an MMG. So hopefully that's something we see in the future, although I don't think this gun would ever change from what it is right now. Just something I was thinking about while trying to get my head around this gun and learn and understand it and see how I could use it in Battlefield 5. So let's take a look at the specializations for this new gun and see how you can equip this gun for your specific playstyle within Battlefield 5. So before we take a look at the specializations, note that this gun is a mounted machine gun, which means you need to have the bipod deployed in order to ADS. You can see the damage accuracy, hip fire, and control. I wish those stats weren't just bars, they actually had numbers attached to them that you could physically see. The rate of fire of the gun is 770 rounds per minute. It has two fire modes, fully auto and semi-auto, and the ammunition is a 30 round magazine, and you can carry a total of 120 bullets. I'm going to do this in no particular order. First we have quick reload. Reload your weapon 15% faster. That is the first specialization unlock on the left hand side. Next we have recoil buffer. This allows your weapon to recoil less upwards, gives you more control over the gun. Then we have flashless propellant. Reduces muzzle flash, making it harder to spot you when firing. Then we have ported barrel. Your weapon recoils less horizontally. Then we have light bolt, increases the rate of fire in fully automatic fire. Then we have improved bipod, improved accuracy in aimed fire when using the bipod. Then we have incendiary bullets, increases damage against aircraft by 100%. Then we have high velocity bullets, 10% faster bullets make it easier to hit moving or distant targets. Now when it came to actually testing out specializations, I tried two paths, one which was essentially going to be a CQC hip fire gun with high rate of fire, and the other one which was going to be a sort of more long range, hopefully accurate spray down with the default 700 rounds per minute fire rate. And honestly, I have to say that the CQC one that I tried, the first one which is on screen now, was a lot of fun. It allowed me to hip fire very quickly and just spray people down. ADSing for me is always going to be a problem with this gun and with any MMG within Battlefield 5. The bipod deploy mechanics are terrible. In this previous update, they obviously changed the bipod mechanics so that the bipods would hopefully deploy a little bit faster, but for me they seem too slow and they seem very clunky, and it seems poorly implemented. So every time I use a gun with a bipod, it's just not fun to try and get that bipod to deploy so I can ADS. Most of the time I'm dead before that even happens. So I guess that's something that I've got to play around with and get used to, but it just feels very clunky. All in all, I really like this gun. It's a lot of fun to use. I recommend that you try and unlock it, and eventually it will be available to be purchased with company coins at a later date. But all in all, it is a lot of fun, and it's definitely something that I'm going to be playing with a lot and trying to get used to. Let me know what you think about this gun in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like. Unfortunately, if you didn't enjoy this video, there's always a dislike button, and if you'd like to help me improve my content, let me know what I could improve on in the comment section below, and I will try my best to do so that I can improve my content and hopefully make content that people want to watch for Battlefield 5. And as always, if you'd like to see more content like this or more content by me, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. I'll see you in my next video, but most importantly, I'll see you on the battlefield.